Contract law insights. What happens when someone is forced into a contract against their will? In this video, we delve into the concepts of duress and undue influence in contract law. Understand how these factors can affect the validity of a contract. Duress occurs when an individual is compelled to act against their will. In contract law, this means one party is forced into an agreement under pressure. Physical violence can render a contract void. The threat must be illegal to qualify as duress. Key cases illustrate how these principles are applied. A contract can be voidable if entered under threat of violence. The threat's nature must be sufficient to constitute duress. Courts often assess the legality of the threat. Barton v. Armstrong exemplifies this principle. The claimant's involuntary entry into the contract is a crucial factor. Economic duress involves coercion that affects consent. The pressure must be illegitimate and leave no practical choice. Pao v. Lao Yu long established this doctrine. Coercion of the will is central to economic duress. It highlights the fine line between hard bargaining and unlawful pressure. Practical examples help illustrate economic duress. In B&S Contracts and Design Ltd v. Victor Green Publications Ltd, the principle was applied. The lack of practical choice was evident. Such cases demonstrate the real-world implications. They show how economic pressure can invalidate agreements. Undue influence is a subtler form of compulsion than duress. It involves unfair persuasion, often without explicit threats. The victim is usually dominated by the persuader. This can occur in relationships of trust. The undue influence makes the contract voidable. There are different types of undue influence. A child exploiting an infirm parent is one example. Doctors or lawyers may also exert undue influence. The critical factor is the improper use of trust. Contracts formed under such influence can be voided. Undue influence affects the legal standing of contracts. It undermines the victim's free will. Courts examine the relationship dynamics. The influence must be proven to void a contract. Legal precedents guide these determinations. Case studies provide insights into undue influence. They reveal how courts assess influence claims. The focus is on the victim's lack of autonomy. Patterns of persuasion are scrutinized. Such cases highlight the importance of evidence. Duress and undue influence are distinct yet related. Duress involves overt pressure, while undue influence is subtler. Both affect the voluntariness of consent. Legal remedies differ based on the type of coercion. Understanding both is crucial for legal practitioners. Influence. Legal cases illustrate the application of these concepts. Barton v. Armstrong and Pao v. Lao Yu long are pivotal. They set precedents for understanding duress and undue influence. Courts rely on these cases for guidance. They shape the interpretation of contract law. Duress and undue influence impact contract validity. They question the genuineness of consent. Affected contracts can be void or voidable. Legal scrutiny determines the outcome. These factors are vital in contract disputes. Preventive measures can mitigate these issues. Clear communication is essential. Legal advice should be sought early. Awareness of relationship dynamics helps. Contracts should reflect genuine consent. Lawyers play a crucial role in these matters. They assess the presence of duress or undue influence. Legal professionals provide guidance to clients. Their expertise helps in navigating complex cases. They ensure fair contractual practices. Educational materials enhance understanding. Books and case studies are valuable resources. They provide in-depth knowledge of contract law. Learning aids help in grasping complex concepts. Continuous education is vital for legal professionals. Analyzing legal texts requires skill. Understanding terminology is crucial. Legal texts provide context for duress and undue influence. They aid in interpreting contractual obligations. Mastery of this skill is essential for lawyers. Case law is integral to contract law. It offers precedents for legal decisions. Understanding past cases aids in current disputes. Case law informs the interpretation of legal principles. It is a cornerstone of legal practice. Proving duress involves challenges. Evidence must be clear and convincing. The burden of proof lies with the claimant. Courts scrutinize the circumstances closely. Successful claims require substantial evidence. Proving undue influence is equally challenging. The relationship between parties is key. Evidence of manipulation must be presented. Courts examine the power dynamics involved. Successful claims hinge on demonstrating undue influence. The future of contract law is evolving. New challenges arise with technological advances. Duress and undue influence remain relevant. Legal frameworks adapt to changing circumstances. Staying informed is crucial for legal professionals. In conclusion, duress and undue influence are critical concepts in contract law. They emphasize the importance of genuine consent, and understanding them supports fair legal practice. Thank you for watching this video.